Auditorium. Today we've all gathered here to pray for our most dearest Bhamini. It's very difficult to say anything, so I'll just start with शिवोहम. जितनी देर भी हम उसके लिए प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं, request everybody present here to please put your phones on silent and let us all come together and pray for strength, peace and strength for the entire family. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shiva Swarupoham, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shiva Swarupoham, Amar सच्चिदानंद हूँ मैं, अमर आत्मा है, सच्चिदानंद हूँ मैं. जिसे शस्त्र ना काटे, नागनी जलाए, गलाए न पानी न मृत्यु मिटाए. जिसे शस्त्र ना काटे, नागनी जलाए, गलाए न पानी न मृत्यु मिटाए. वही सच्चिदानंद मैं हूँ. शिवोहम, 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 शिवोहम. अमर आत्मा सभी प्राणियों के भीतर जो समाया. अमर आत्मा है मरणशील काया, सभी प्राणियों के भीतर जो समाया. वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में शिवोहम, 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 शिवोहम. जो व्यापक है जन जन में है वास जिसका, नहीं तीन कालों में हो नाश जिसका. जो व्यापक है जन जन में है वास जिसका, नहीं तीन कालों में हो नाश जिसका. वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद में हूँ. शिवोहम, 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 शिवोहम. हे गोविंद, हे गोपाल, ओ पालनहारे, निर्गुण और न्यारे, ओ पालनहारे, निर्गुण और न्यारे, ओ पालनहारे, निर्गुण और न्यारे, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं। तुम्हें हमका हो संभाले, तुम्हें हमरे रखवाले, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं। चंदा में तुम्हें तो भरे हो चांदनी, चंदा में तुम्हें तो भरे हो चांदनी, सूरज में उजाला तुम्हीं से, ये गगन है मगन, तुम्हें तो दिए हो इसे तारे भगवन, ये जीवन तुम्हें ना सवारोगे तो क्या कोई सवारे, ओ पालनहारे, निर्गुण और नारे, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं। जो सुनो तो कहे प्रभु जी हमरी है विनती, दुखी जन को धीरज दो, हारे नहीं वो कभी दुख से, तुम निर्बल को रक्षा दो, रह पाए निर्बल सुख से, भक्ति को शक्ति दो, भक्ति को शक्ति दो, जग के जो स्वामी हो, इतनी तो अर्ज सुनो, है पथ में अंधियारे, दे दो वरदान में उजियारे, ओ पालनहारे, निर्गुण और नारे, तुम्हरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं, हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुम्हरे बिन पायो जी मैंने, पायो जी मैंने, पायो जी मैंने, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। वस्तु अमोलक दी मेरे सतगुरु, वस्तु अमोलक दी मेरे सतगुरु, कृपा करे अपनायो, पायो जी मैंने कृपा करे अपनायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई, जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई, जग में सभी गवायो, पायो जी मैंने जग में सभी गवायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। खर्चे न खोटे चोर न लूटे, खर्चे न खोटे खोटे, खर्चे न खोटे खोटे, खर्चे न खोटे, खर्चे न खोटे चोर न लूटे, दिन दिन बढ़त सवायो, पायो जी मैंने दिन दिन बढ़त सवायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। सत की नाव खेवटिया सतगुरु, सत की नाव खेवटिया सतगुरु, सत की नाव खेवटिया सतगुरु, भव सागर तर आयो, पायो जी मैंने भव सागर तर आयो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, 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 मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, हर्ष हर्ष यश गायो, पायो जी मैंने हर्ष हर्ष यश गायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन, राम रतन धन, राम रतन धन पायो। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। ऐसे श्री भगवान को, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। जसोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी पापैया है। यशोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी पापैया है। ऐसे श्री नंदलाल को, ऐसे श्री नंदलाल को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। कृष्ण जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है। लूट लूट दधी माखन खायो, ग्वाल बाल संग धेनु चरायो। लूट लूट दधी माखन खायो, ग्वाल बाल संग धेनु चरायो। ऐसे लीला धाम को, ऐसे लीला धाम को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। क्यों देते हो दुख भक्तों को तुम, गोवर्धन गिरधारी। क्यों देते हो भक्तों को दुख तुम, गोवर्धन गिरधारी। क्या इसमें कुछ भेद छुपा है, बोलो कृष्ण मुरारी, बोलो कृष्ण मुरारी। हो सकता है पिछले जन्म का होगा कुछ लेखा, सारे कर्म जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है, बारंबार प्रणाम है। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे। बैर होना किसी का किसी से, बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण। हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण। फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन। अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास मैं तो अपने नारायण की आप ही हो गई दासी रे। पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, 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 पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे। मैं तो अपने नारायण की, मैं तो अपने नारायण की आप ही हो गई दासी रे। पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे। लोग कहे मीरा भाई बावरे बावरे, लोग कहे मीरा भाई बावरे, सास कहे सास कहे सास कहे कुलनाशी रे, सास कहे कुलनाशी रे। पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे। विष का प्याला राणा भेजा, विष का प्याला राणा भेजा, राणा भेजा, राणा भेजा, राणा भेजा, राणा भेजा, विष का प्याला राणा भेजा, पीवत 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 मीरा हासी रे, पीवत मीरा हासी रे। पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे, पग घुंघरू बांध मीरा नाची रे। मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, 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 गिरधर नागर। मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागर, सहज मिले, सहज मिले, नाग घुंघरू बांध मेरा नाचे रे। कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणा त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो। शिव कैलाशों के वासी धौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना। शिव कैलाशों के वासी धौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना। शंकर संकट हरना। शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो। तेरे गलासों का तेरे गलासों का तेरे गलासों का पार न पाया। तेरे गलासों का पार न पाया। अंत बेअंत तेरी माया। अंत बेअंत तेरी माया। शिव कैलाशों के वासी ढाली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना हरना। शंकर संकट हरना। शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो। बेल के पत्ते चंदन धतूरा बेल शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर शिव शंभो। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं, तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्। शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं, बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे। कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं, माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्। कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं। काम करते चलो नाम जपते चलो, काम करते चलो नाम जपते चलो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते चलो, हर समय कृष्ण का ध्यान करते चलो। याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी, याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी, कृष्ण दर्शन तो कृष्ण दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी। राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम, राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। राम नाम अति मीठा है, राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। हो राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। राम नाम अति मीठा है। मन भगवान का मंदिर है, मन भगवान का मंदिर है, यहाँ मैल ना आने देना। हीरा जन मन मोल मिला, इसे व्यर्थ गवाना देना। मन भगवान का मंदिर है, यहाँ मैल ना आने देना। हीरा जन मन मोल मिला, इसे व्यर्थ गवाना देना। अपने मन मंदिर में, अपने मन मंदिर में ज्योत जला के देख ले। अपने मन मंदिर में ज्योत जला के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। हो राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। जिस घर में अंधकार भरा, मेहमान कहाँ से आए। जिस मन में अभिमान भरा, भगवान कहाँ से आए। जिस घर में अंधकार भरा, मेहमान कहाँ से आए। जिस मन में अभिमान भरा, भगवान कहाँ से आए। अपने मन मंदिर में, अपने मन मंदिर में ज्योत जला के देख ले। अपने मन मंदिर में ज्योत जला के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। हो राम नाम अति मीठा है, कोई गा के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। आधे नाम पे आ जाते, आधे नाम पे आ जाते हो, कोई बुलाने वाला। बिक जाते हैं राम, हो कोई मोल चुकाने वाला। आधे नाम पे आ जाते हो, कोई बुलाने वाला। बिक जाते हैं राम, हो कोई मोल चुकाने वाला। कोई शबरी झूठे बेर, कोई शबरी झूठे बेर खिला के देख ले। कोई शबरी झूठे बेर खिला के जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले हो, राम नाम अति मीठा है कोई गा के देख ले। आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले, आ जाते हैं राम कोई बुला के देख ले। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। बनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी, बनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी, नित नित करे माखन चोरी गोपी मनहारी, नित नित करे माखन चोरी गोपी मनहारी। बनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी, नित नित करे माखन चोरी गोपी मनहारी। आओ रे गोकुल के प्यारे, आओ रे गोकुल के प्यारे, आओ रे गोकुल के प्यारे, आओ रे गोकुल के प्यारे। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल केशव माधव गोविंद बोल। हरि बोल 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 bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol.
Thank you, Vidhi Sharma ji, and all the accompanying musicians for your music today. Thank you, Pandit Ajay Prasanna ji on flute, and Sri Satish Kumar Solanki ji on percussion, and Sri Gaurav Rajput ji on tabla. Some of us here also heard Ms. Sharma sing beautifully at Bhamini's Nani's memorial just a few months ago. And we think Bhamini would have liked something from that day to carry forward today, so thank you.
Thank you all for being here today. It means so much to see the faces of those who knew and loved Bhamini as a friend, a daughter, a sister, a colleague, a classmate, or simply as someone whose presence made your world feel warmer. Today is about holding space for her, to remember her as she truly was. Joyful, kind, hilarious, silly, and bright. Each of us carries our own version of Bhamini, shaped by shared moments, conversations, laughter, and love. In this next part of the evening, some of the people who knew her best will share their memories and reflections. We'll be starting with her cousin, Shivin.
Hi everyone. So I took some time to write something about Bhamini, a couple of my memories with her. Thank you for being here today as we gather to remember and celebrate the life for someone who means the world to so many of us. She was just a year older than me, but in truth, she felt more like a friend, a guide, a confidant, someone I could always count on. And truth be told, most family gatherings for me started with one question: is Bhamni going to be there? If yes, then I'd be there too. That was the kind of bond we had: easy, deep, and full of shared laughter. Bhamni was a true foodie. I'd always go to her when I needed restaurant recommendations, especially when I wanted to impress someone on a date. She knew all the best spots, and more importantly, she always knew exactly what to order. I don't think I ever looked at a menu when I was with her. I just let her take over, and it was almost always right. She always had this immense love for animals, especially dogs, something that we both shared. Her empathy was not just reserved for people, it extended to every living being. She cared with such authenticity, such warmth, and such depth. And that, to me, is what defined her. One of my most cherished memories with Bhamini is the trip we took to Andaman and Nicobar Islands a few years ago. She was planning a solo trip to become a certified scuba diver, and I shamelessly crashed it. What was supposed to be her solo adventure became our shared journey, and it's something I'll never forget. From eating the freshest seafood in beachside shacks, with her always in charge of ordering, of course, to our late night walks along the shores, gossiping and talking about life without any filters, to our early morning scuba dives, to the magic of sunrises and sunsets over the waters. It was all unforgettable. And thanks to her, today I'm a certified scuba diver, and today I have a new passion for this, which I've discovered. Um that was something we did together. Beneath the surface of the sea, I discovered a new world. But more than that, I discovered just how special our bond was. It's a memory that will always bring a smile to my face. Bhamini was kind, she was witty, she was thoughtful and full of life. She had a rare ability to make you feel at home in her presence. And though she's no longer physically with us, she lives on in the stories we tell, in the meals we eat, in the dogs we pet, and in every little moment she made brighter just by being there. So today, I say thank you, Bhamini, for the love, the laughter, the food, the dives, the gossips, and the deep sense of connection we shared. I'll carry it with me always. In some way, she's passed on her baton to me, and I'll always be there for the two of you as well. All in all, thank you. We miss you, and we'll never forget you.
Now we have some messages from her cousins in Canada. The first is from Surbhi. Hi, I'm Surbhi, Bhamini's first cousin. When I say first cousin, I mean the very first one. We were 2 years apart. Over the course of the years, we would live very far from each other, making it difficult to keep in touch. I moved to Canada when I was 10. Whenever I visited India, we would spend time together and would shop, gossip, eat good food. I watched her Instagram stories and watched Balu's adventures frequently. What I remember and will continue to remember most about Bhamini is how generous she was and her deep compassion. She was very fond of animals and really made her mission making as many lives better as she could. She was very young and I will miss her a lot. This is a profound loss. May she rest in peace and find solace in her rest. The next message is from her other cousin, Konika. Something I will always remember about Bhamini is how much she loved animals, and her getting to meet Blossom, our dog, was a very special moment for us. One of my favorite memories together is when we spent some time in Missouri many years ago. We were there with her grandparents, my nanny, and my sister. It was a trip full of adventure, laughter, and lots of love, one I will hold very close to my heart. Though we did not live in close proximity at all, I always enjoyed coming back home to India to spend time with Bhamini because we would have hours of catching up and lots of adventures. I will truly miss her and wish her soul to rest in peace. The next message is from Kate, Bhamini's college friend.
So this is a message from 3 of her friends from college, Karen, Kate, and Ten, to Bhamini's family. We met Bhamini during our first week at Sarah Lawrence. It is impossible to remember our time there without her. From the very beginning, she was at the center of our social life. Even now, as we're looking through photos from college, we can't help but think, who are some of these people? But Bhamini knew everyone, and everyone wanted to know Bhamini. She loved the finer things in life. Salad, pizza at Bates, her famous cocktail, the Bhamini, which was red wine and Diet Coke, cooking Maggie on a hot plate in her Gilbert dorm room, commandeering the school shuttle as her personal chauffeur, and taking long baths blasting Taylor Swift in her shared bathroom. My first meal in New York City was with Bhamini. We had mediocre Mediterranean food, but I remember being so excited to have found a friend to adventure a new city with. Bhamini loved to put you on the spot with a crazy hypothetical. If Karen and I were both drowning in a river, who would you save? We always had fun together on nights or days out, but the best part was the next day in the retelling. Bhamini always had the best stories, the ones where you can never quite tell where the truth ends and fantasy begins. But we always believed her because with Bhamini, anything felt possible. College can be such an awkward time. Everyone is still learning who they are, and it's easy to get caught up in trying to impress someone who you won't remember later. But Bhamini wasn't timid in the same way the rest of us were. She was never afraid to be herself, and thank God she allowed us along for the ride. Thank you, Kate. I'd like to ask Devki if she'd come up and speak.
Bhamini and I became friends at class 3 at the ripe age of 7 after we happened to be shuffled into the same section. I had the honor of being one of her closest friends.
had the honor of being one of her closest friends during our awkward preteen years and teenage years when we would be at each other's houses 3 to 4 times a week and spend the entire time watching bad reality TV, bad crime shows, obsessively playing Neopets, and even sneaking a puppy into her house, Hope, and making Mrinalini auntie fall in love with her. We used to do everything together, which included adopting guinea pigs at the same time, getting blue streaks in our hair with Arunima that we hid from our teachers for months, and somehow adopting black labs within a month of each other. She was an integral part of my family and nicknamed Bhaman Shah by my brother, something I still refer to her till this day. I'm half convinced she only came over my house so often to read Archie comics on the hammock, hang out with my dog, and talk to my grandfather. One of my favorite memories is the time we were whisked away to Missouri by Auntie in the middle of the school days since it had just snowed, and she told us we should be more spontaneous in life. So on the way there, Bhamini stopped the car near a mustard field and made us all frolic in the field for a couple of minutes before running back to the car. She was one of the most lovable people I've ever known. And one day we'll be on our favorite swing in Missouri again, eating spicy treats, drinking thumbs up, and discussing our lives. Before we go on to the other messages, I think we'd all like to see some photos of Bhamini in all her wonderful, goofy glory.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do. go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
There are two of Bhamini's very close friends who couldn't come today, and they've sent video messages. So first we have a message from Ainika.
Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Ainika, and Bhamini was my first friend. We Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Ainika, and Hello, if we haven't met before, my name is Ainika, and Bhamini was my first friend. We met when we were about 2 and have stayed in each other's lives ever since. We really seen each other through different phases of in nursery and then in school and then in college and then adulthood, and a lot of that was long distance, but we stayed in touch and we made it work, and we were an important part of each other's lives, and it feels impossible really that that she no longer is part of my life. But and in trying to make sense of that, I've been thinking just how much of how deeply she loved how deeply she loved her family and her people and her dogs and her favorite restaurants and even flaming hot Cheetos, and she was just so passionate about these things. It really shone through, and it's what I loved most about her. Is just if family loved you, you'd know. And I, like many of you, were lucky enough to be on the receiving end of that, and losing that feels huge. It feels really unfair that the world doesn't get to feel that love and feel and how silly and how goofy she was, and um, yeah, it feels like a big gaping hole um, at the moment, and in trying to make sense of that, I really am feeling all that love. Like when I think of her, I feel loved, and I think I'm just so privileged to be able to feel that, and I feel like she was family, and she will always be family, and I miss her. I miss you, Bhamini. I do. I love you, and I'm so grateful um, for our lives together, and I'm going to do everything I can for Minal and Atul. I'm going to fly there as often as I can. I'm going to hug them, and I'm going to hug Balu, and I'm going to yeah, do everything I can, and I miss you, and I love you, and yeah, I wish I could hug you again.
I'm Manami, which just so happens to rhyme with Bhamini. Hi to Mrinal, Atul, Ritu.
Sorry, while they figure out the tech, Kritika sent a message for Bhamini, and I'd like to read it out for her. Bhamini befriended every person she met. You couldn't help but be at ease around her. She was friendly and open, and a laugh a minute. She was always armed with a story of how her grandma had pictures of all her 9 dogs in the home, but none of Bhamini, of how she fell asleep on the train and missed her stop, not once, but twice in a row, of how Baloo had stolen potatoes from the kitchen and had to be chased around the house for them. Her stories were amazing, but something about our Bhamini was particularly unique. For one, you could never have a bad meal with her. She would take you to the furthest corner of the world for the best Thai noodles you've ever tasted, and then proceed to eat those very same noodles every single day for the next 6 months. She was a creature of habit in more ways than one. Every winter, she was attached to her heater. Spicy chips, hot Cheetos preferred, were never too far away. And Baloo was a constant companion. I cannot imagine a world without the joy of Bhamini's laugh. We love you so much and will hold you close to our hearts always.
This is a message from Sagar. I met Bhamini in my final year of college through my then girlfriend, now wife. During our first interaction, Bhamini immediately made fun of the fact that I was taking a beekeeping class, and the next night we had gone out in our small college town in upstate New York. That was Bhamini, warm, kind, and instantly easy to be around. She loved getting to know people, and she had this quiet gift for making you feel seen. Over the years, we bonded over tacky Indian wedding videos, spontaneous nights out, and a shared love for laughter and lightness. I didn't realize it then, but she was becoming one of my most cherished friends. I wish I was there in person to honor one of my favorite friends, but I carry her with me, in joy, in memory, and in the gentle reminder that some people leave behind a kindness that never really fades.
Bhamini had many friends, many of whom aren't here today, but they've all sent messages. This is Hassan, who I think was her closest friend in college. At times like these, when words not only fail you but seem especially hollow or even antagonizing, I would like to take a brief moment to speak on the immeasurable joy and comfort that Bhamini brought to my life and the lives of everyone that attended Sarah Lawrence or was lucky enough to come across her. Bhamini was the first person I got in contact with when we were still applying for our US visas. She was the first person I saw on campus as my car drove past the Sarah Lawrence sign. We spent almost every day on campus together. We took the same courses, worked the same phone-a-thon shifts, filed our taxes together. She was the kind of person that everyone wanted to be friends with, and I was immensely proud to call her a close friend. The only time Bhamini yelled at me is when I called Solange the less talented sister of Beyoncé, and we laughed about it ever since. But that's who Bhamini was, immensely kind, passionate about kindness, and incredibly generous. When I was going through one of the hardest times of my life, she would hold my hand and give me comfort. She touched every life she came in contact with. Words can never be enough for who Bhamini was and what she did for me and countless others. I know that I will carry her forever in my heart. Even as I type this, I can hear her laugh. Her void can never be filled, but I know that she would want all of us to do what she did best. Live her life to the fullest and help others do the same. I love and miss you incredibly, Bhamini, but I promise to keep the light that you ignited in me and everyone else gathered here today. I'm just going to wait. We have a few more videos. We'll just see if they're working. Just bear with us a few minutes. Manami, who's another close friend of Bhamini's from college, sent a video which is unfortunately not playing, but we've got the audio, so we will just hear Manami talk.
Hi everyone, I'm Manami, which just so happens to rhyme with Bhamini. Hi to Mrinal, Atul, Ritu, Shankar, Soham, Vyom, and anyone else who I didn't get a chance to meet. I'm really grateful to Bhamini for connecting us, and thank you so much for welcoming me into your homes this past winter. Bhamini was really good at connecting her friends and family and loved ones together. I'm not sure who's watching this, but Bhamini and I are friends from college. We became fast friends freshman year. We lived down the hallway from each other, and Bhamini was so easy to get along with. She made everyone laugh. She was always the funniest person in the room, and she loved to make fun of me. I'm sure many of her friends can relate to that. And I was an easy target because I've always had an obsession and love for Indian food, culture, music, everything. So she really loved to tease me about that. She loved to call me a culture whore. And one of our first friend dates together was getting Indian food for dinner in Bronxville, which is the tiny little town that our college is in. And from then on, we continued to build our friendship, and we shared our love of food. We'd go into New York City together. We'd go get sushi or pizza. We had so many memorable food dates together. And yeah, just really, really good times together. And in the past few years, we didn't speak so much since we live quite far away from each other. But it's one of those friendships where when you see each other, you feel like no time has passed, which is the best feeling. And it really felt that way when I arrived in Delhi in January, and Bhamini picked me up at the airport. And I am so grateful for that time we shared together this past winter. Bhamini was the best tour guide. She knew the most hip, fun spots in Delhi and Jaipur and Agra. She was pretty unimpressed by the Taj Mahal. She'd already been a few times, but it really lived up to my expectations. It feels like just yesterday that we were walking at the Taj, and she pointed to the Taj and she said, "That's my house," in true Bhamini fashion. And then we were just laughing and dancing together on our drive back from Agra to Delhi. We ate like queens at the Rambagh Palace in Jaipur, and we had the best cocktails on the beach in Goa with her school friends, and we danced all night, and we had an incredible time together. And I'm feeling very lucky that we got to share this time together. We got to know each other better as people, adults, sort of. And I'm very grateful that I got to see a glimpse into Bhamini's life in India, to meet her family and friends who are all so loving and caring and gracious. And yeah, I could have never known how precious those moments together would be. But I'm just can't say enough how grateful I am that we got to share that time together. So this is probably getting too long now, but I just wanted to share something, and I don't know if there's any silver lining to this, but if there is, all I can say is that Bhamini really has changed me as a person. She's made me a better friend, and I will carry that with me in each one of my friendships going forward. So I thank Bhamini for that. And I miss her a lot. But I hope one day that I can visit India again and reconnect with her family. So lots of love to everyone, and goodbye from California.
Now we have some messages from friends of Bhamini's parents, starting with Simran ma'am, who also taught some of us at school.
A tribute to our dearest Bhamini. Bhamini, the radiant one, the one forever shining with love, an authentic soul true to the core, salience, vibrant, never a bore, sensitive, kind, endlessly caring, and a love for scuba, boldly daring, an extraordinary young lady full of grace, with warmth and light in every space, brimming with love for all far and near. Dearest Bhamini, your presence brought a lot of cheer. You'll be deeply missed in ways beyond words, in moments undefinable like whispering birds. Your essence stays with us undeniable, a spirit so strong, so rare, so reliable. We can't make sense of this worldly separation, but we feel your calm in soul's quiet migration. You walk a new path, serene and free, yet forever in our hearts you'll always be, and you'll always be. Love, Masi.
And now we have a slideshow from Rana and Prabha.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. Kids when we fell in love, not knowing time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on.
We have a message from Bhamini's Francis Nanisa. Bhamini evolved from an ungainly child into a willowy adult, but in other respects, she was always the same. She enjoyed her Cheetos, the hotter and spicier the better. She understood food and turned her knowledge into a marketable asset one summer when she waitressed at an Indian restaurant. She lived on Indian time when she was in America and on American time when she was in India. She cared for people. Once, this was before smartphones, the subway was running with severe delays and Viru didn't turn up. Bhamini sat with me at a strategic corner where we could see in all directions until he finally turned up, maybe 2 hours later. Bhamini adored her Masi. When Bhamini was young, the only person who Bhamini would listen to was Ritu. Bhamini loved her parents. While a student at Sarah Lawrence, she once made a surprise trip to India, turning up at ivory towers at the crack of dawn. By nature and by nurture, Bhamini loved animals. I was told that when Ritu got married, Bhamini was inconsolable until she was handed 2 kittens. Later, she rescued a dog from the streets of Gurgaon, Hope, and gave her the best life possible. She devised a plan to help the Tongawalas of Delhi. I remember she wrote to me when one of the Masuri dogs had lost the ability to walk, asking about a harness that could be strapped onto him so that he could continue to move about. She insisted, quietly of course, for Bhamini's strength was in her quiet self-possession, that we adopt a mama cat whose kittens we had been able to adopt out. She made pocket money at Sarah Lawrence dog sitting, and she spent her last days playing with the Masuri dogs. Bhamini was not granted the gift of years, but her kind, caring, and tender spirit graced the days she was allotted. She lives on in the acts of goodness she performed and the hearts of those who will always cherish her memory. We also have a video message from her granduncle, which it has a little, you have to hear a little bit carefully, but we're going to play it now.
My name is Bridgewater Singh, and I am the granduncle of Bhamini Rautela Pahwa. She was the granddaughter of my sister Vishnupriya. We were absolutely shocked and utterly devastated to hear about Bhamini's departure. No one in our family could possibly have imagined that a young woman like her, so beautiful, so full of life, and just at the beginning of her life, should suddenly leave us in this very tragic way. We are shocked, we are devastated. I knew Bhamini from the time when she was a little girl. I remember I was in Missouri once, spending some time with her grandparents, and she was there with her mother. She must have been about 3 or 4 years old at the time. She was curious, she was interested in everything, questioned everything, wanted to learn, to explore, to discover more about the world around her, touching everything, going everywhere, asking questions. And she had another interest. A neighbor of ours had a bloodhound, and it was part of Bhamini's daily ritual to be taken to the neighbor's house in the morning so that she would see the bloodhound, pet him, talk to him, see him eating, and spend time with him. From a very early age, she developed this love for animals. I remember I was staying with her parents in Delhi once, and she was a schoolgirl at the time, and her mother used to pack a lunch to take with her to school, and also an extra roti, which Bhamini fed to a stray dog along the way. She always had to have this extra roti for the dog, and sometimes fed her whole lunch to the dog, so that she would go hungry, but she wanted to make sure that the dog was properly fed. This love of animals continued throughout her life. When she was applying for admission to Sarah Lawrence College there in New York, she had to write an essay, some sort of an essay for entry. And she chose to write on the horses that were being ill-treated by the Tonga-wallahs of Delhi. In those days, Delhi had Tongas, horse-drawn carriages, and the horses were lean and not very well looked after, and Bhamini was concerned about them and wrote an essay on how they could be best helped. So this love for animals was always a characteristic of her life. Together with this interest in animals, she had another interest. She was greatly interested in people. She was a good listener, and when she was a student at Sarah Lawrence College, she developed this great talent for listening to students, other students, her friends, her contemporaries, who unburdened themselves about their problems, their traumas, their ambitions, their fears, their hopes, and Bhamini would listen to them silently, patiently, with understanding, and people were encouraged to share their feelings with her and thereby gain a sense of catharsis. And Bhamini also, I think, over a period of time, learned how to give them proper and timely advice, not in an overbearing kind of a way, but in a very gentle kind of a way, which was her nature. She was a very gentle, very soft-spoken kind of a person, and she would, in her very gentle, non-aggressive, just suggestive way, offer advice to her friends as to how they might deal with the traumas and the problems. This became, in a sense, a career for her, because after she graduated from Sarah Lawrence, she went back to Gurgaon, and when she passed away, she was working as some sort of a counselor for young students, mostly high school students, who wished to study abroad. And what she would do was, she would listen to them, learn their backgrounds, learn their interests, learn what they were capable of doing, what they wished to do, and the kind of areas of life that might be interesting for them to pursue. And after she got to know the students, she would suggest various colleges and universities abroad where those aspirations and ambitions could be fulfilled. She would help them to draw up their applications, to apply for admission, and she had good success. She was able to place students in many distinguished and well-known universities overseas. So Bhamini had found some sort of a vocation in life which grew out of her own natural love for other people, particularly people of her own age, people of her own group, and she was able to use her sympathy and her judgment and her talent to help all these other people. So this is what I remember best about Bhamini, her interest in other people and her love for animals, and how she wanted to help people and animals in all the ways
So I met Bhamini when we were little kids. She was always cheery, easygoing, and warm, while I was not. We clashed, and even as a little kid, her unrelenting and gentle love got through to me. Over the years, we grew to be best friends, bearing witness to each other's lives. I always acted cynical about her faith and curiosity in people and her positivity, but it became a source of strength for me. She taught me to be open and not to be judgmental. She did that so naturally, and I never understood it, which is why her perspective was always so important to me. There are really not many people who can maintain this joyful spirit in the midst of chaos, and it's a rare and beautiful thing. I feel blessed that I was able to know it so closely. Whenever we met up, she would ask me, "What's the goss?" And if I had no updates to give her, she would find some mundane details of my life and turn it into the juiciest drama with her humor and enthusiasm. As much as drama, she loved a good story, either hearing one or telling one. And she was always happy to bend reality a little for her audience, like the time she insisted that once on a flight, the pilot had landed on Mount Everest so they could have a better look at it. She truly embodied light with her warmth and brightness, and I think she did that for a lot of people who knew her, and all the friends she made wherever she went. I hope we'll all try to create some version of this light in our own lives, from the things she taught us and the way she loved us.
Troy is right about how Bhamini found friends. Udit, Bhamini, and I were inseparable in school, and I think it was Bhamini who decided that her kind of enthusiasm and joyful spirit needed a little bit of tempering. And so she looked around the classroom and found the two grumpiest people and decided these are going to be my best friends. And she worked very hard and succeeded to change all our no's into very reluctant yeses. So we spent countless days after school sitting with her and watching Miley Cyrus and Robert Pattinson films and pretending that we didn't secretly enjoy them as well. Of course, we also made Bhamini do what we wanted her to do. And one of my favorite memories of Udit, Bhamini, and me will be when Udit and I told her that we have planned a really special birthday lunch for her after school. And this was one of the first of the many, many times that Bhamini tried and failed to be a vegetarian. So we told her we're taking her to Ambi Mall after school. And of course, we planned a wonderful lunch, which included a visit to the kitchens, where you saw how the food was prepared. And then we made her sit and watch as we ate a 16-piece bucket of KFC, and she could eat nothing for lunch. Bhamini had a sense of humor because our friendship prevailed. It's been said already, I think, by all her friends, but the one thing Bhamini leaves us all with is how to be a good friend. Bhamini was not my big holiday, big moment kind of friend. She was my everyday friend. She was there for the nothingness of life, and she was happy about the nothingness. She was my friend for unlimited dim sums on the 1st of Jan every year, and my friend who you sit and dissect every detail of Keeping Up with the Kardashians with. You watch every single bad reality TV show that Netflix takes out week after week. She was the friend that you sat at the parlor with, or you ate cheese toast with, and the one that you slept with under an electric blanket that Bhamini loved and I never quite trusted. It's hard to find someone as happy about the ordinary things as Bhamini was, and I hope all of us can find a little bit more excitement in everything that we do in her memory. We'd like to just share a video with a few clips of Bhamini that I think will make us all smile, so that we can leave this room smiling a little bit.
In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, from the mountains of fame to the river so deep.
I must be looking for something, something sacred I lost. But the river is wide, and it's too hard to cross. Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and stand on the shore. I try to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the valley of fear to a river so deep. I've been searching for something, taken out of my soul, something I'd never lose, something somebody stole. I don't know why I go walking at night, but now I'm tired and I don't want to walk anymore. Hope I must take the rest of my life until I find what it is I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the jungle of doubt to the river so deep. I know I'm searching for something, something so undefined.
Thank you all for being here today, and I think Shampa would like to say some words.
Good evening. Namaste, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of everyone, to everyone who's out here. Because, you know, in the last few days, we all have loved Bhamini, we'll continue to love Bhamini. But in the last few days, we've been a support to each other. So that's why thank you on behalf of everyone to everyone. And a special thank you to Arunima and Troy and Devki. They've put together this evening, and no point thanking them for their love. It's evident how much they love Bhamini, but certainly thank you for the effort that you've put in. It's fabulous. We carry back bits and pieces of the stories which were perhaps forgotten. You've brought it all together for us, so thank you very much. And also please join us downstairs for some nibbles. Let's talk about Bhamini with each other. Let's eat a little. And that's it. Thank you so much.